I got a phone call this morning from a volunteer from the Abbey, a practitioner who's been doing some very nice work from us. She lives quite far away. And because she lives far away, the phone calls are expensive. We don't do it very often. And so we mostly communicate by email. And she called to say that she was having a lot of work, a lot of her paid job work was going to slow down her ability to meet a deadline that we had agreed on, which I appreciated, the phone call. But then she said, if my emails ever get too harsh, please let me know. And I thought that was so refreshing. She said, I've gotten feedback from my colleagues that when I get tight or I get too busy or whatever, that my emails get very terse. And that's not so nice for people to receive. So I just want you to please let me know if you have that experience with me. And it inspired me in a way because when we talk about our commitment as Buddhists to not harming others, our capacity to harm through our speech is pretty sneaky. It is a stealth bomb that can land in so many different ways, and I think the written word is the most sneaky. This day and age, because we spend so much time on email and Facebook and all those other things that people write two-line things and then send them off, the capacity to harm with our words, I think, is greater than it has ever been. And I see so much communications, especially in work situations, whether they're volunteer work or professional work, where we just fire off responses to things without, and I do it too, without actually thinking about what is the energy and what is the tone of this message that I'm communicating. Not that I have time to sit and compose a beautiful note, but what I do have time to do is sit and check what's my energy. And if my energy isn't sharp or harsh, odds are my communication won't be sharp or harsh. The same thing happens on the other end. Sometimes if my mind is in a funky state and I read an email, I can get irritated like that. And it's absurd to me how quickly an affliction can arise on the basis of looking at this LED screen or whatever that is. It's just a square box of light. Why in the world am I so irritated? And if I don't respond immediately, if I put it aside and come back and read it later, there's a whole different feeling because my mind is completely different. So as we talk about our commitment to not harming others, it's really beneficial to look at speech, the way we use speech, and the way that our electronic communication works in the world. And kind of to have an intention to use that electronic media as a way of sharing love and compassion. If that was the state of my mind every time I sent an email, there would never be any question at the other end, I don't think. And even if there were, certainly my own motivation feels clear enough. I don't have to spend a lot of time on the cushion analyzing whether I said the right thing or not, because I would know that I have come from the place that is with a kind intent. And so I just think as a thought for the day, it's something to look at in ways that we can so easily go on automatic and communicate in ways that are really painful to other people. And apply our commitment to not harm in even these tiny details, because it's not so small. It's not so small at all. And it's a way of practicing the Dharma and bringing peace to our world.